So today, guys, I was really thinking this morning about the laws that I've been talking about, and one thing that kind of caught my attention today was what we expect to happen in our lives. And when I got to thinking about that, there's actually a scientific law out there called the law of expectation. And the law of expectation, scientifically, its principles based on whatever we expect in our lives, good, bad, right, wrong, positive, or negative, whatever we expect on a daily basis, that will become our reality. So if every day we wake up, and in other videos I've mentioned, we wake up and we say, boy, this is going to be another great day, we tend to have a day that's maybe below par, below expectations, with no value, no growth. And then there's other days you see some people that they wake up and they say, thank God I'm alive, and thank God I'm drawing breath, and my kids are alive and healthy, and I have all these things, and they tend to have more impactful days. It all comes down to what we are expecting to have in our lives. Are you waking up every day expecting good things to happen, or are you waking up expecting bad things to happen? And you're always going to create tomorrow with the expectations that you have today. And it's really something that's really impactful when you think about that. How you expect, tying this back into kind of what we talked about with cause and effect. Beliefs, your expectations, what you accept as reality is going to stay reality. There's a quote by, I believe it's Ralph Waldo Emerson, and I think it goes something along the lines of, if you look at a man as all he is, that's all he'll ever be. But if you look at him for what he could be, he'll become what he should be. And what that ties into is it's what I like to call a snowball effect. When you wake up and you have expectations of a good day, whether bad things come into your life, whether setbacks come into your life, you are determined, because in your mind you expect something good. So even though a setback comes, you're going to flip it on that, and you're going to find something good about it. You're going to find something. And if you can't find something with that particular setback, there's something else that's going to happen in that day that, because you're expecting it, you're going to find it. And you're going to carry that positive expectation with you. And it's like a snowball effect, because let's say you go to work. What happens when you have a coworker that comes to work and they're all slunched down, they're upset because it's Monday, they can't get to the coffee pot quick enough? What happens with that kind of attitude? It tends to affect everything around it. Like a snowball. A snowball, you wad it up just a little bit, and you start rolling it into a bigger one, and then you push it down the hill, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Then by the time it gets to the bottom of the hill or the mountain that you've pushed it down, you've got something that's humongous compared to what you had. And emotions are the same way. Beliefs and expectations are the same way. Now imagine someone else coming in on a Monday, and they're not trying to alienate anybody, but they come in and they're glad to be alive. They're glad to be sucking air through their mouth and their nose. They're waking up glad that they've got another day to spend with their children, to see the sunlight, to be alive. And they just have a general sense, their general expectation, I'm going to have a good day. When people are subtle about that, you get a sense about their positivity. And then you say, that's not that bad. Yeah, it's Monday, but if they can be in a good mood about it, I'm sure I can find something. And that's the great thing about the law of expectation, is it is, in a positive way, it's very contagious in an amazing capacity, and it has a chance to really affect other people. But how do you expect the best? I mean, that's a good question. Put yourself in an environment of positive and respectful situations. If you're not hanging around people who are positively motivated or going in the direction that you are, consider changing your environment. Nobody ever likes to to walk away from a relationship or a friendship, but if it's creating a false sense of expectation in your mind, meaning the direction you're going is not where you want to go, the best thing to start on the path to great expectations is looking at your environment. Your environment is going to have a huge impact on your mindset, and you can hear all about that on my conversation that I had recently about the law of cause and effect. And it's very interesting how we allow our environment to affect us. Our expectations are supposed to be from within, but a lot of times we allow our environment to dictate our expectations to us. And when you start putting yourself around positive people and you start giving out this positive vibe, you start giving out this persona, this characteristic, this trait of looking for the best. You're not only going to make other people feel that and help them feel that, but you're going to feel so much value. And value is the root of everything that's positive. Anything that's positive is positive because it has a real value to it. It has a real meaning to it. Whatever you're linking whatever to, it has a core foundation of having value. Why do we do the things we do? Because we value it. Just like a child wants to spend time with his parent because the parent is loving and supportive and plays with them and encourages them. We are the same way with our values. We love how the values make us feel as a person, an individual, and that's why values are so important. And you will get more value when you start putting yourself around people, places, things, environments, circles that are where you want to go. You may get into this circle, you may get into this environment, and you may be the slowest one in the group. You may be the most uneducated. But if you get yourself into the right group, these other people are going to help you speed up. They're going to help educate you. And then before long, you won't be the new person in that circle or that group. You'll be fully engaged in that group, and someone else will see what you've done. They'll become the new person in the group, and it's a wonderful cycle, especially when everybody can lift each other up. So the best way to get into a mindset of expecting the best, change your environment, change your routine, and change who you're around to help affect that. One thing that I do with I have 3 sons. One thing that I do is I encourage my children all the time. I have 3 boys that are just absolutely, completely different than each other. One is 14, one is 9, and one is 8. Every one of them have a completely different personality. My 14-year-old is an amazing trombone player. He started playing trombone in 5th grade. So that makes us now, we're on about 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on about our 5th, getting ready to go on our 6th year of playing a trombone and band. I encouraged my son. I told my son when he started in 5th grade, I said, if you love doing this, when you become a freshman and you're still doing it and you're doing great and you love it, I'll go buy you the next level trombone. But I said for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, you've got to use the starter model, and you've got to do this. Freshman year came. His band instructor said he was doing so good that if he kept it up, he could possibly get scholarships his senior year of high school. He was participating in things. He was wanting to sign up to go to Eastern Illinois University, which is not really too far from us, and go to their band camps and day camps. And because he was this excited still, creating the value in him to give him expectations of positive quality. I went out, I kept my word. I bought my son a new trombone. I took him down there and I said, look, I'm going to keep my word. You're doing awesome, and I want to build on what you're doing. My son lit up. And when we got that trombone, he has just, the sky's the limit. Because I created a foundation of value to where now my own son has the expectations that he really can do something. And my two younger ones, one is 9 and one is 8. You know, what I tell them all the time, when accidents happen, they make a mess, they spill something, you know, and they get a little worried and they're telling me they're sorry, and, you know, they're trying not to tear up. And I, you know, as a parent, sometimes, you know, it can be overwhelming. But no matter what the situation, I always tell my kids that it's okay that things happen. As long as you're trying to control it, I say, guys, it's okay. You're going to make mistakes, but you just try harder next time to not make the same mistake. And I encourage my kids. Hug them, kiss them. I tell them I love them very much. I do things with them. We get on the floor and we play games and we put Legos together. And it's that interaction where, again, I'm giving them a strong sense of expectation because I'm giving them value in the form of communication, connection, positive reinforcement, and I discipline my kids. You know, it's not that my kids do whatever they want. It's for anything that I'm going to discipline to help build their character and their belief of a good expectation every day. I balance that with giving them as much value. And it's very important. So whatever you're doing, think about through your day, if it's the morning, if it's the afternoon, I mean, it could be in the middle of the night right now when you're watching this. What are you expecting out of the next 5 minutes? What are you expecting out of the next hour? What are you expecting out of the next day or week? We just started 2018. What do you expect out of this year? What you are expecting today, you're going to increase your opportunities and likelihood that it's going to come, good or bad, tomorrow. So I want to challenge you to not only focus on what you want, but focus, what are you expecting? What are you focusing on that you know is going to happen? And it can be something that hasn't happened yet. I'm going to be honest. I spend every day, no joke, every day in my mind of being a best-selling author and a very successful speaker. Now, I've come close to being a bestseller author. I do several speaking engagements and I get a lot of compliments. So I'm almost there, but I'm not there yet. But I keep thinking that in my mind, what do I want? What do I expect? I expect these things from me. And it's going to happen because of my law of expectation. Tying that all back, whatever you expect will become your reality. So as I get ready to say farewell here just for the day, what do you expect for yourself? I want to encourage you, kind of like a call to action. What do you expect of yourself? Because then what you expect is what you're going to give off. So I want to encourage you to really, really expect a lot of yourself because you're capable of it. So don't know where you're at. Hot, cold, rainy, sunny, bright, dark. There's no time like right now to expect more of yourself. So I just want to say, have a great day, have a great night. Whatever you're doing, do it with passion and expect nothing but the best. So you guys take care. See ya.